What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tiger War Eagle 14, and in today's video, we'll be doing a season preview on the Troy Trojans, led by Neil Brown. Of course, the other day I did an Auburn preview. Hopefully, I'll get to do an Alabama preview here in a few more days because I got to learn more about Alabama's quarterback situation. But anyway, let's take a look at Troy. Last year, they finished with an 11-win season, 2 losses. I think both of them were to some pretty good teams like Boise State. Of course, they got to play them again. I'm going to get to that game here in just a minute as well. But and they got some interesting games this year, like they always do. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Troy Trojans for 2018. The first game, as I said, will be at home against Boise State. Of course, that's a night game on September 1st in Troy. Now, last year they beat you 24-13. It was pretty close the whole ball game, but then Boise just had too much power and pulled it away. This game could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to overtime. But the talent that Troy has, I think they beat Boise State. I think they shot the Broncos, and Troy starts the year 1-0 and heading into the next game. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this game is close because last year these two teams produced so much offense, a little bit of defense too, but mostly some offense. Of course, Troy's quarterback, Brandon Silvers, had problems against the defense of Boise, but don't be surprised if Troy comes out swinging against Boise's defense. I think it'll be a very entertaining game. I think it'll be a very exciting game, so just watch out for Troy. And, of course, Boise State. Those guys are always good, so just watch for those guys. The next game will be at home, another night game against Florida A&M. Easy win. I'm going to give you this win easily. Florida A&M, I don't know much about these guys. All I know is that they're just playing college football. So you guys start 2-0. And then the road game at Nebraska, an early morning game. Technically, early morning games, in my opinion, are bunch of traps because you got to get up early in the morning and play. Especially even if you're a home team, it's tough to wake up in the morning early at 11 a.m. and go play. But at Nebraska, of course, last year, if you remember, Troy actually beat LSU, but that was because they had Ed Orgeron, and of course had some quarterback situations going on. But to go on the road at Nebraska to take on a first-year head coach of Scott Frost, it's going to be tough. That'll be a tough game for Troy. It's probably going to be their toughest of the year other than Boise State, when it comes to non-conference games. So, excuse me. I mean, this game can go either way. Like, on one hand, you got Scott Frost, a good head coach, but a Nebraska team that hasn't been good in the past few years. But then you got Troy that's pretty doggone good. But you got to think about the home field advantage. Of course, Nebraska's crowd is going to be rocking. Of course, it sells out every year for any home game. Every home game has been sold out for over 50 years. So I'm sorry, Troy, but I'm going to give you a loss. Let's face it. On the road at Nebraska in a hostile environment like Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, there's no chance. I mean, you saw what happened to South Alabama several years ago. They couldn't do a thing in Nebraska. So, I'm sorry, but you're going to be 2-1 to start the year. After a pretty tough road game, you got to go on another road game, but this one is going to be at Louisiana Monroe. It's the start of conference play for you Troy Trojans. At Louisiana Monroe, win. Louisiana Monroe, not that good. I don't see them doing anything to you, so you get an easy road win. Coastal Carolina at home, win. Another team this team is just getting into the Sun Belt. I don't see just like Louisiana Monroe. I don't see them doing anything to you. So you're 5-1 to start the year. Well, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4-1. I'm sorry, 4-1. Next game at home against Georgia State. Now, Georgia State, I mean, over the past 3 years, they've been improving a little more, better and better. But I think you can easily win this game. Sean Elliott, I think he's about to become a pretty good head coach, even though he wasn't that good of a coach at South Carolina. But that was because they're getting off the Steve Spurrier bus. So I'm going to give you that's 3 easy wins: 1 on the road, 2 at home, and then you got to go on the road at Liberty, win. I mean, I don't know much about Liberty other than they got Turner Gill, who Charles Barkley claimed that he should have been that Turner Gill should have been the head coach at Auburn before Gene Chizik got there. A win. I mean, I'll give you the win, easy win, because like I said, I don't know much about Liberty other than they're called Liberty Flames. I don't know why they're called Liberty. God bless America, I guess. But of course, they got to play Auburn toward the end of the year before Auburn goes on the road to play Alabama. So that's 4 easy wins. 2 of those on the road, 2 of those at home. I'm going to give you a win at Liberty. Next game on the road at South Alabama. I think they call it the Battle of the Belt or for the Belt. In-state rivalry. Now this game could be trouble for Troy because it's on the road at South Alabama. Rivalry game under the lights, probably without a doubt. Because it's a 7 o'clock game at night. I think it's on a Tuesday. I mean, of course, South Alabama's coming in with a new head coach, Steve Campbell. Joey Jones resigned. Either he got fired or resigned. If he got fired, that's not right because he led South Alabama like 2 bowl games out of 3 years. I mean, that's not a bad career. I mean, this team was just getting started. And this guy he was a good head coach. But anyway, back to Troy and South Alabama. Win. I mean, South Alabama's coming in with a new head coach, Steve Campbell, as I said, coming in from Central Arkansas. I think Troy's got too much star power against South Alabama, so easily Troy gets it done on the road at South Alabama. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a close game, one of those close Troy-South Alabama games that could go down to the wire. But I think you guys could pull away with the victory, come out with a win. There you go, another win on the road at South Alabama. Another home game for you guys, this time against Louisiana, Lafayette. I guess they don't want to be called Lafayette anymore. They just want to be called Louisiana. Win. So you guys are now 8-1 with a win, including a win against Louisiana. Off to what y'all left off with last year, a great season. But can y'all get over the hump and get to a pretty good bowl game? I mean, of course, the New Orleans Bowl last year is good, but that's good enough for Sun Belt standards. But I know you guys want a New Year's Six bowl berth, and that's going to be probably put in jeopardy against the Georgia Southern Eagles. I wouldn't be surprised if this game is close. Of course, you got to go on the road at Georgia Southern. But, of course, last year these guys only won 1 game. That's embarrassing. Of course, over the past few years, Georgia Southern has been a pretty good team. I don't think they beat y'all. I think you can get the win on the road at Georgia Southern by a long shot. I mean, nothing much to say about Georgia Southern. The only thing they ever did was go 1-11 last year. Of course, like I said, embarrassing. I went to the Auburn-Georgia Southern game. There was nothing for that defense. I don't think you have a problem with Georgia Southern. I think you guys get it done easily on the road. Next game, and the last home game of the year, Texas State. I guess we're making up some new teams now, but I'm going to give you a win. I don't know much about Texas State. All I know is I think Dennis Francione is or was the head coach of the Bobcats. I think you guys easily get it done at home against Texas State. I mean, let's face it, home game, senior day, senior night, however y'all want to schedule it. And then the last game, this one I think may get y'all on the road at Appalachian State. So here you guys are coming in with a 10-1 record. The only one loss was to Nebraska. They could be improving this year. I'm not sure. But on the road at Appalachian State, Kid Brewer Stadium. Now, Appalachian State's known for having a great home games at night. Now, if this game was at night, if this game will be played at night, I'm giving you a loss. Because, let's face it, you're on the road at a Sun Belt team that they have students that are so that embraces their football teams so much, especially Appalachian State, a team that's beat Michigan with their FCS, a team that took Tennessee in overtime several years ago, or I think 2 years ago. But if y'all lose this game, it will be close. If y'all win this game, it'll be closer. Either way, it's going to be close, but I think you guys lose on the road at Appalachian State. If this game is played at night, I'm giving you all a loss. So, there you go. 10-2 against Appalachian State and Nebraska. That's the overall record for Troy. Now, will y'all be ranked this year throughout the year? I think you might. If this goes according to plan, if my preview goes according to plan, I think Troy will be pretty decent. I think they're going to be pretty good, like they always have been. The problem is quarterback. Will they be good at quarterback? Because Brandon Silvers is gone. I don't know if he got drafted. Somebody will have to let me know on that. Overall, Troy, another outstanding year for the Trojans. They'll have another 10-win season. I think they're going to be doggone good. Don't be surprised if this team is pretty good. So that's about it. Troy finishes with a 10-2 record in my preview. Next time I might do either Alabama or South Alabama. Now, but Alabama, I might have to do theirs later on because that situation is going on with Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, that's a tough road to travel right now. So I'll probably have to wait a while and see what the situation is, if Alabama's got injuries or not. So that's coming up later on. But I might do a South Alabama video tomorrow if I have time. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And click on the bell. I do football videos every other day. Of course, I'll be in Squidtard's little YouTube series. Uncle Lou Escapes from the Fifth Dimension. I think it's going to be called Part 2, so make sure y'all keep an eye out for that. Of course, go subscribe to Uncle Lou and Squidtard. Of course, Squidtard's Evil Twin and Uncle Flu. Those guys are amazing, great people. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.